This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
We begin with continuing coverage of contamination concerns at Jana Elementary. Right now, the Army Corps of Engineers is working to move the contaminated soil near the school back to Idaho for testing. Thanks for being here at 4. I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. Brent Solomon's off today. The school in North St. Louis County shut down almost a year ago, and the cleanup continues today.
5 on your side's Justina Coronel joins us live from Jana Elementary in Florissant. Justina, what's going on?
Yeah, Kelly and Kay. So right next to Jana Elementary is the contaminated Coldwater Creek. Now, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers telling me that they've been sampling and testing this area for years. And earlier this summer, they started remediating the area, blocking 24,000 square feet. I'm told the contamination is in the bank of Coldwater Creek, which is polluted by radioactive material from the first atomic bomb. Now, that area is 650 feet from the school, and the majority of the contaminated soil is several feet below ground surface. As of 2 weeks ago, 301 truckloads were removed, placed in trucks, and shipped off to an approved disposal facility in Idaho. I spoke to the St. Louis program manager who oversees the ongoing project.
We do know the estimated extent of contamination, which is just under 6,800 cubic yards in that area along the creek bank. Cubic yards, so 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. If you're looking at that, so just the size of the table that I'm sitting at right now, 3 feet up, 3 feet across, and 3 feet in depth.
Now, this specific project is expected to wrap up by this fall. As for the other contaminated areas along Coldwater Creek, that projection to be finished should be by 2038. Reporting live, Justina Coronel, 5 on your side.
A man was charged today in connection with a crash that killed a sheriff's deputy nearly 2 months ago. David Case was charged with driving under the influence that resulted in death and 3 misdemeanors. Lincoln County Sheriff's Deputy Stephen Tucker was killed July 9th. According to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, Tucker was hit by Case's truck when Case crossed a center line. If convicted, he could face 15 years in prison.
A year's worth of fires, flooding, and storms have hit the U.S. Federal Disaster Fund hard. Between tornadoes, wildfires, and hurricanes, the storms have cost the country more than $23 billion. This as Hurricane Lee moves closer to the East Coast. The National Hurricane Center does expect Lee to weaken, but also says it may get bigger over the next few days. Some experts say coastal residents may see heavy rain and potential flooding.
The fact that it's a wide-reaching storm, I'm worried even if it's not a direct landfall, it's going to impact a lot of folks, and that means power outages inland as the winds are going to go way past the coast.
The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says there's been nearly $58 billion worth of damage, and that's not even including costs from Idalia. According to FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell, if the agency's funds aren't replenished soon, it may go broke. Here at home, quiet, cool, very much like fall.
It's so nice,
beautiful.
but the leaves are not turning yet. Meteorologist Tracy Henson is here with a look at the forecast. Tracy, we started out with a few showers this morning, then the sun made an appearance.
It sure did, and those showers we had kind of much needed here as it's been so dry. So that came through. We did see a little bit more rainfall further down to the south. This is a 24-hour loop behind me. Just overall very light rainfall and minimum, and then it cleared up pretty nicely throughout the rest of the day. We'll let it loop around just one more time so you can see exactly what we dealt with last night. It was very light as it made its way through the bi-state here, and slow moving. Gosh, this one was not going anywhere fast, was it? You could see that there through about 9 o'clock at night, and then it started to diminish a bit before picking back up and regaining momentum further down to the south a little after midnight with just a few more light showers. You know, we always have that little second round that comes in behind these systems out of our northwest. We have beautiful conditions outside now, sunny with a mix of clouds and blue sky. Temperature wise, it is 78. It does feel like 79 out there. Winds are out of the northwest at just under 10 miles per hour. Now over the next 12 hours here, we are going to steadily drop down into the mid to upper 50s here, starting off your Wednesday on a great note.
Sounds good, Tracy. Today, 2 boys and a man are recovering after an early morning crash. It happened just after 1 this morning on I-70 at Jennings Station Road. According to the crash report, the driver was heading east when he hit an abandoned car that was blocking the road from another accident. The teens and the man were treated at a hospital. They are all expected to be okay. Some good news for HSHs patients. Their health records platform is back online. Several hospitals, including some in the St. Louis area, lost access to several systems, including phone lines, after a cyber attack about 2 weeks ago. But now patients can schedule appointments and send messages to healthcare providers using their patient portal. HSHs says those providers are working to reach out to patients as quickly as they can, but they are still trying to restore the rest of their systems.
Just a few hours ago, Governor Mike Parson appointed a new judge to the Missouri Supreme Court. Kelly Broniak will replace the spot opened up when Judge George W. Draper III retired. She was one of 3 nominees submitted to the governor. Broniak was appointed by Parson before, serving on the Eastern District Court of Appeals in 2020. No swear-in date has been given, but according to Missouri law, the court has 30 days to do that.
Some House Republicans want to move forward with an impeachment inquiry aimed at President Biden.
But other members of Congress are more focused on preventing a government shutdown. NBC's Alice Barr has more from Washington.
In a major development today, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy announcing a formal impeachment inquiry into President Biden, centered on allegations that during his time as vice president, he helped his son Hunter Biden make money off of his name.
These are allegations of abuse of power, obstruction, and corruption, and they warrant further investigation by the House of Representatives.
The Speaker directing the House Oversight Committee to open the impeachment inquiry, calling it the next logical step of the Republican-led investigations underway for months. Speaker McCarthy making the move without a full House vote, something he'd said he would not do. There are serious doubts McCarthy would have the votes to proceed, with many Republicans opposing an impeachment track because of a lack of evidence directly tying President Biden to his son's transgressions.
I haven't seen that link yet, and so I'm reluctant to agree with Speaker McCarthy.
The Speaker insisting this step may open up new evidence through access to bank records and other documents.
We are committed to getting the answers for the American public. Nothing more, nothing less.
A White House spokesman saying House GOP investigators' own witnesses and documents have shown no wrongdoing by the president. The top Democrat in the Senate calling the process absurd and a distraction.
We have a government that might shut down because of the House Republicans, and that shutdown will hurt people.
We're not here to talk about brinksmanship.
With hard right members pushing for deep spending cuts, Congress has until the end of the month to reach a government funding deal and avoid a shutdown. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.